Welcome back. Number 4, stories of G, stuff that happened to me. This time I'm going to tell you about, I lived in Oman from 2015 to 2020 until the week before first lockdown in the UK, pretty much. And when I was there, I surfed. I'm a surfer. When I first got the chance to move there, I knew there was surf there from some stuff I'd read in magazines before, so I thought, yeah, okay, I'm cool with that. Now, surfing in Oman, it's a summer thing typically. The winter, you do get some waves, but they're very messy, windy, right on the beach. Not brilliant. There's a couple of spots which kind of work. There's a couple of spots which occasionally get really good in the winter, but typically it's a summer thing where you get the south wind blowing up from the Indian Ocean. Oman sort of faces into the Indian Ocean, the Arabian Sea, the Indian Ocean. Get a lot of waves out of the Indian Ocean, and Oman, particularly in the summers, gets this southerly wind blowing, the Khalifa, blows up from the south, blows waves towards the shore. So the whole coastline, which faces kind of southeast down into the Indian Ocean, gets waves. So that's from a village called Ras Al Had, which is right on the corner. Then there's a sort of another coast which goes kind of more northerly. Ras Al Had is a village right on that corner. About halfway down, you've got Mazira Island, and then right down the south, you've got Salala, which kind of the Khalifa gives it this monsoon similar to India. So there's this beautiful green valley oasis in the middle of the desert down there. It's incredible down there. It's beautiful. That's another story, definitely. So you get these waves all along this coast, as I say. So the weekend there is Friday and Saturday. So typically Thursday evening we'd load up with a guy called Connor normally, load up in his car and we'd head south. Or Ahmed, in fact. Big shout out to Ahmed. He was, I'd go with, in the later days I'd go with him a lot as well. That was good. We'd drive all the way south, about 2.5 hours, 3 hours, something like that. You go through the Haja Mountains from Muscat, you'd sort of cut the corner through the mountains and you come out the coast at Kuriat and all the way down, stopping off at a supermarket to load up on water and juice and stuff like that. Get down there late Thursday night, park up, throw your towels down on the beach, lay down on the beach. That's it. In the morning, you'd wake up with the sun. It'd be a lovely night. It'd be about 30 degrees, something like that. If there was a bit of sea mist, you'd find a fisherman's shelter, these reed-covered shelters on the beach, and just lay in one of those. Wake up in the morning. Normally there'd be a sea mist, so the sun would come up, away above the horizon. But I've got some amazing photos where I've woken up in the morning and the sun is just there, coming up over the horizon, like just incredible. You sit there on the beach, watching the sun come up over the sea. Waves are like breaking. It's just like incredible. And then you're like, right, let's go surfing. So you hit the water, surf, couple of hours probably. After that, you go and find something for breakfast somewhere, meet up with the other surfers who were sort of dotted up and down the coast who'd arrived that night, because we all kind of knew each other. There were sort of like, I think there was about 200 people in the Oman surf chat group, but there were kind of like 20 who you'd see like when there were going to be waves. And you'd all sort of meet up somewhere for breakfast and you'd hang out and then sort of split up a bit maybe and surf different spots, hang out again at lunchtime. In the evening, we'd all end up back sort of probably together more or less, share a dinner together, get a barbecued fish from somewhere, share that together in one of these fisherman hut things, tell stories. Maybe if somebody had a bottle of rum or something, share that, and just listen to music, all sleep there, then wake up in the morning, surf a little bit more until about lunchtime. And when you're surfing like the day before and that morning, you'd sort of get in and you surf for a bit, and then you get out and sit in the fisherman's shade for a bit and just watch everybody else, and then some more people would turn up for the day, and then the kids would get in and swim, and the locals would come and turn up and borrow boards and use your boards, and just be like in and out of the water and sharing boards and coaching people, and just brilliant atmosphere. And just somebody bring a guitar down and be playing that, and it was a real community. It was a good feeling. And then on the Saturday lunchtime, you'd all sort of generally pack up, head back off to Muscat. You drive through this city of Sur, get back on that coast road, go through Sur. The other side of Sur, there was this mall with a big supermarket with loads of fresh juice and fruit and water, just lovely stuff. And next door there was a McDonald's if you wanted that, or there was a Subway, or there was a frozen yogurt place. And after like 2 days on the edge of the desert, kind of, eating lovely food, fresh barbecued fish and the street food, the shawarma and the mushkak stuff, amazing food. But you're hot and you're dusty and you haven't showered in a couple of days really, and you're just sort of salt crusted, and you get into this place, it's just like, oh, give me all this stuff. And you get that, and you sit in the car and just like devour that on the 2 hours back to Muscat. So that would sort of be the structure of it, And then the surf spots that you've got there, like I say, the first one is Ras Al Had on the first corner. That's got a couple of spots. One of them, three towers, because it's got 3 big sort of radio masts on the beach there. A bit of a board breaker. I broke a board there. It sort of jacks up quite quickly, gets very steep very quickly. On the board I had, it wasn't very good at doing a very quick transition, so I'd have to paddle really hard and get down the bottom of the wave and stand up there before it had really broken, and then it would sort of stand up behind me and accelerate me out the front. And one day I kind of timed it all wrong, and I ended up with the front of my board was basically laying on the sand with the back of the wave, when the wave landed on the middle of the board, and it didn't go very well. That's 3 towers. Then a bit down there's Barracudas. It's a bit of a reef breaker, and when it's got a bit of size, it does line up really well. When it's not quite big enough, it sort of breaks on the reef, and then it flattens out a bit through a sandy bit, and then stands up again on the shore break. When it's got a bit of size, it kind of walls up and runs all the way through, and it's nice. I like it. Further down, you've got there's a big long beach called Ruiz, by a village called Ras Al Ruiz. A huge long beach, like 2 or 3 kilometers long, more, probably 5 or 6 kilometers long, something like that. And there's just waves all the way along that. You can just sort of say, look, there's one that seems to be working. Let's get in here. Shall we? Yeah, all right, let's go. In you go. Down the end of that beach, there's one we named Butterflies. That's where I used to take the surf school when I was there. Really easy wave. Nice. On a corner, there's a kind of a point break out the back, and then you can use the inside for teaching. And you go further on, you get down to the Rock, which is a big rock, kind of a big rock, kind of the size of a 4 or 5 apartment block of flats type thing. And there's a wave that comes off the left-hand side of that as you're looking out to sea. There's a right. Again, when it's big, it sort of lines up outside of that rock and breaks across the bay. When it's just at the right tide and the right size, it kind of comes all the way round the rock. And right on the corner is like this really easy roll in. And then you just sort of roll into the wave, stand up, set your line. And then as it goes into the shore break, it just stands up behind you again and just accelerates you down. Really good fun. Really like the Rock. And then just past the Rock, from the Rock, you can see Joe's Point. Joe's Point often makes magazine lists of best waves in the world. It's like 4 or 5 minutes long, right hand wave. We got there one day and there was like a proper 18-second swell. It was just overhead high on the point, and it just went for miles. 4 or 5 minute rides, just right, all the way, right, and then like a 15-minute paddle back out to the point again. But just it was incredible that day, and we surfed a couple of different places to see how they were working. It was good. So, and that's kind of the main bit, and that's where all the surfers go. When there's a good swell, the surfers from Dubai are at Joe's Rock. It's like a 7-hour road trip for them to get there. They turn up in their number, and that's when it gets busy. And I don't like it. There can be at least 15 people in the water. It's not good. So, and after that, the coast just keeps going. I've done a couple of road trips down there with some journalists and stuff. And there's just right-hand point breaks as you go, just all the way down, which is kind of the holy grail for surfers, right-hand point breaks. And there's just loads of them in Oman. So, yeah, if you want to go surfing in Oman, let me know. I do kind of still do tours out there, safaris, 9-day trips. So if you want to do that, let me know. Message me, and I'll definitely get back to you about that. But yeah, that's surfing in Oman. the Middle East's secret spot, really, surfing secret spot. Oman is brilliant for waves. Just got to go there at the right time of year and know where you're looking. So yeah, stories of G, stuff that happened to me. Thanks very much for watching. See you again.